Good morning, Craig Howard here. Just kind of the tail end of the sunrise. It was much, much prettier a little bit ago. But I should have got out here just a little bit sooner, but I didn't make it. But anyhow, I uh, I was reading this morning. That's what I was watching the sunrise, and I was reading. And boy, my hair's going to be wild, isn't it? It's all right. I was reading, and I read about Colin Farrell, who, while he was up in Toronto promoting a film, how he befriended this homeless guy. And the homeless guy's nickname was Stress. Boy, that's a nickname that could follow a lot of people. But anyhow, his name was Stress, and Colin befriended him. And anyhow, he heard on the radio that this radio station wanted him to come in for an interview. And they were saying on the radio that anybody that could get Colin to come in and do a radio interview, they would give him a $2,000 reward. So Colin went and picked up Stress, and there's Peanut coming. Come on. There she is. Anyhow, he went and picked up Stress and told Stress, took him to the radio station and told him that Stress had found him, and that so Stress got the $2,000 reward. Later on, when he was up there another time, he helped Stress get into a house, helped pay his rent for a month or so. Anyhow, the way the story ended up, eventually Stress got his feet under him and was able to get things straightened out in his life, and he found a job, and everything kind of worked out. His real name ended up being David Woods. But the fact that Colin would take the time to reach out to this guy and try to be a help to him when there really wasn't anything that required him to do that. He was just doing it because it was the right thing to do. He saw somebody in need and wanted to help. It kind of made me think of something that we should be aware of this Christmas season. You know, the Bible says in Luke chapter 4:18, Jesus said, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me because he has anointed me to preach good news to the poor." You know, he calls us to follow in his footsteps. He calls us to look to people who are in need and ask ourselves the question, what can I do? You can't fix every problem in the world. You can't help everybody in need. You can't solve all the world's problems. I know that. And you can. You can run yourself broke or into a hole or into a problem trying to help too much. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, what can you do? What difference can you make? You know, what way can you touch a life and make a difference and help somebody during their time of need? It doesn't always have to be some huge or big thing that you have to do. Sometimes it's just simply making a phone call for someone. I have a young lady that oftentimes needs my help just filling out legal paperwork, government paperwork for her Medicare or for her Medicaid or something like that, because it's a little bit beyond her ability to do. Sometimes it's just making a phone call for somebody and connecting them to the right person because you happen to know that right person. It's not always digging into your pocket and pulling out your last dollar and saying, "Here, let me help." Now, if you can do that and that's what God calls you to do, okay. But the question is, the challenge is not, can I fix it all? But what can I fix? What can I fix? What can I help with? Too many people in this world don't even ask that question. I read about a woman in Philadelphia that was riding the SEPTA train, and the entire train stood around while this woman was sexually assaulted, and nobody would intervene. And I thought, how is that possible? It's because we live in a time when the only thing people care about is themselves. You say, well, they would have put themselves in danger. Yeah, that's probably true. But if everybody would have jumped to her defense, I'm sure there would have been more than enough people to protect each other. What can you do? That's the question this morning. I hope you have a great day. My dad got home from the hospital. Thank you for your prayers. Dad, Mom, if you're watching, I love you. Hope everything goes good today for everyone watching. God bless you. I'll talk to you tomorrow.